Shalom, giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. And I wanted to read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 1 through 14, which are the blessings which would come upon the nation of Israel if they were to fulfill that first covenant. Okay? And because we didn't fulfill that first covenant, which was the agreement, which joined us unto the Lord, okay, how we were his bride, okay, we did not fulfill, okay, the, requirements of that covenant. The requirements of the covenant were clear, okay. If you shall hearken diligently, as you read verse 1, as you and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations upon the earth. So right there, that's a racist statement. Within the blessing is a racist statement, meaning the Lord would set us on high above, let's look up this word above, all of the nations on the earth. So if the Israelites got it right under Moses, Aaron, the Levites, if the Israelites got it right, what would be the reward of that? Well, one of the awards would be that the Lord would set thee on high above all nations. Okay? Allah Yawan. Okay? It says high upper of Davidic king exalted above monarchs. And the Lord Yahweh Shai came through the loins of David. And through him, we're going to be joint heirs to inheriting all of the nations, all of the heathen, as it is written in the scriptures, man. What did the Lord tell Yahweh Shai in the psalm? Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. And we're going to be joint heirs with them. But that's a part of the blessing. Okay, name of God, of rulers, elite monarchs, or angel princes, man, which are the Israelites. Okay, and these Christians love to talk about the Bible, but clearly if the Israelites got it right, what would be the blessing? Well, one of the blessings, as we just read, would be that the Lord would set us on high above all of the nations of the earth, meaning the Israelites would have been the top nation on the planet earth. All right, now we tend to focus on the curse, because if you read verse 15, and we'll go back up and read down. When you read verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and shall overtake thee. Okay, and as you read down in the curses, one of the main curses is that the heathen, in which we were chosen and ordained to be over, would overtake us. You see, overtake us. Now, the mediator of the first covenant, we know were, you had Moses and you had Aaron and his sons, in which those were the ones who played the part of the priest, in which communicated with the Lord, and they offered up those sacrifices, all right, for the forgiveness of the sins of the nation of Israel. Under the second covenant, okay, so we'll get here real quick in Hebrews, the 9th chapter. Under the second covenant, because we broke that covenant. Okay, when you read Leviticus 26, it says in 1, ye shall make no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither set ye up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, Islam. For I am the Lord Yahweh your God. All right, if you keep my Sabbaths, reverence the sanctuary. Basically, if you did all of these things, okay, it says verse 9, for I will have, it says verse 7, let's read this. It said, and ye shall chase your enemies. Okay, no sword will go through your land. I'll give you peace. I will rid the evil beasts out of the land. Basically, you will be blessed, man, if you kept that covenant. It says, I will have respect upon you, verse 9, and make you fruitful and multiply and establish my covenant with you. Okay, that's what the Lord said. If you were to keep these commandments under that first covenant, this is what you would receive. Verse 12, verse 11, and I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you, and I will walk among you and be your God, and ye shall be my people. So if the Israelites kept those laws perfectly, the Lord said he would be our God and we shall be his people. And we broke that covenant. Now he is the mediator. He has sent the Son to be a mediator of a new covenant, in which through grace we now have the chance to have those laws written in us. Let's get Hebrews chapter 9 and 15. It says, and for this cause he is the mediator of a new testament, a new agreement, with who? The nation of Israel, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, under the first agreement. Who was the agreement made with? Who was the covenant made with? The Israelites. And what happened? They broke that covenant and the Lord turned his face. Basically, we as a nation committed adultery on our husband, on our power, okay, on our protection. And he cast us out of the house, and we've been walking around our earth as a widow, not being received. And he, for many years have not, bestowed his voice upon us, has not showed us favor. But now in these latter days amongst the remnant, okay, through faith, the preaching of the word is going out, and the Israelites who were in a Gentile state of mind, who were following after those idols, now have a chance at redemption, at the second covenant, in which the law, statutes, and commandments will be written in us, man. It says, and for this cause he is the mediator of a new testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first. Okay, so this new covenant is basically a upgrading of the old covenant, meaning the laws would eventually be in us, man, instead of written on stone, that were under the first testament, that they which are called, who are called, the Israelites, might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. Okay, let's get Ezekiel 26 and 25, 36 and 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you. This is the Israelites. And ye shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols. Will I cleanse you? A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart from out of your flesh, which the law, statutes, commandments were written on stone at the time of Moses, that first covenant. And I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Okay, which goes back to what was written in Leviticus, the 26th chapter. How will we be his people? If we kept those laws perfectly, but through flesh, through sin, we fell off, and he lost favor with us. Okay, he lost favor with us. Now there's a new covenant established upon better promises, man. Okay, now as we are going into the new covenant with the laws being written in us, we have to understand that these blessings are what come with that covenant. It's just in an upgraded form. We'll have new bodies. Yahweh Shai will reign supreme on the planet Earth. There will not be any nation that will have any chance of ever uprooting us or taking us away from our power. There will not be an Israelite that will ever sin again. So the covenant is established upon better promises. Okay, let's read that real quick, and then we'll get into those blessings. Okay, Hebrews 8 and 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which is established upon better promises. And as you read in that chapter, what does it go into? It goes into the law, statutes, and commandments being written inside of the Israelites, the chosen people of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, 8 and 8, for finding fault with them, because we broke that covenant. The days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay? This covenant is with no other nation, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand. That's what you do with your bride. And you say, this is the way. Okay? And you lead her unto everlasting righteousness, man. Now, that's what Adam was to do with Eve. But Eve broke that covenant, broke that law, just as we, the Israelites, we broke that covenant. We broke that law. Okay? We're the problem. So the fault was with us, the flesh. Okay? It says, for finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant, the agreement that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt. I'm going to lead you out of sin into a righteous way. Because they continue not in my covenant, we didn't continue in the agreement, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them on their hearts, and I will be unto them a God, and they shall be unto me a people. You see that? Because the laws are going to be in us. We will be his people and he will be our God, because the laws will be perfectly written in us, and there will not be a way for us to sin or go off, which would cause him to turn his favor away from us. You see? And like I said, you know, we when we read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, we tend to focus on the side of disobedience, because the Lord, what he did was took all of those nations that were to be under us and put them over us, scattered us amongst them, and we learned their ways, which caused the Lord to not have favor on us and turn his face away, and which is how they have got what they got, you know, because the Israelites aren't in their right state of mind. These heathen have been allowed to, you know, flourish as they have, and look at the earth under their rule. Come on, you name it is gone left. Okay, Job 12:23. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. Okay, within the Lord's story, you've seen many nations rise and fall. Right? He enlargeth the nations and straightened them again. Yep. He taketh away the heart of the chief people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way, which is a result of the curse. He took away the heart, the mind of the chief people of the earth. Okay, we're just now coming to a point where we remember righteousness, where we're remembering Zion, you know, where we have the name, you know. But there was a point where we were ordained to be the chief people of the earth. Okay, it says, Deuteronomy 32 goes into that. Ra'ash, it says head, top, summit, upper part, chief, total, height. And the Israelites are the top nation upon the planet Earth. Let's get Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7 in the 6th verse. It says, for thou art an holy people, separated unto the Lord thy God, because he gave us his laws. The Lord thy God, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. You see? And what happened is we broke his ways. So what did he do? He took the heart, the mind of the chief people upon the earth and caused them to wander, okay, in a wilderness where there is no way. And that's America, man. Okay? They grope in the dark without light. He maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. And that's what happened during the falling away. We had no light. We were just walking in darkness, you know, stumbling into these different traps, getting falling, you know, getting eaten by different animals. Imagine you in a wilderness where all sorts of crazy looking animals and booby traps and everything, and you walk and you don't have no light. Well, that's what happened to us in America, man, as a result of what? Disobedience. You see? But the Lord, okay, is going to put these blessings into play, okay, once we get the kingdom of heaven, man. Once we are ushered into that new covenant, these blessings still apply. You see, it's just in an upgraded way. It's a new agreement with a new high priest, with the new mediator, which is Yahushua, man. Okay? Proverbs 10:22, the blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he added no sorrow with it. See, sorrow was only the result of disobedience. You see, but when the Lord, through our grace period, eventually ushers us into that new covenant, there will be no way we will be disobedient. We'll have new bodies. We won't have to deal with this wicked flesh. We won't deal with doubt. We won't deal with these things that have separated us from our power. It will be written in us to do right forever, man. And it's hard to imagine it, all right, with the carnal mind, but it's coming, man. Deuteronomy 28:1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, in the new covenant, no one will have to be taught. So there will be no hearken diligently, because we'll be taught of the Lord. We won't have to be taught, as the scriptures say. Okay, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, which we will do that under the new covenant, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. You see that? Okay. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Right now, under the curses, we're not blessed in the city, and we're not blessed in the field. Okay, we're gonna have the fatness of the earth, man. What Esau has, but in with more control, with the full understanding of how to operate it. Okay, with the animals obedient to us, with no point or way that we will lose or go off. See, Esau's in his kingdom, but it's fallen. Our kingdom will never fall. Okay? Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. We'll be able to enjoy our children. Now, if the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written in us, will not being fruitful and multiply be a part of that? Because that's written in the law. But yet you have these Christians saying, well, since we're going to be in angelic bodies, which they don't believe that. They just hear us saying it, and then they trying to bring it up. They don't believe that the Israelites are going to rule on the planet Earth with angelic bodies, new flesh. The heavens are going to come down and rule on the earth. They don't believe that. But they'll tell you that there will be no sex in the kingdom of heaven. All of the heathen were able to enjoy sex and, presented in a very, very unorderly fashion. And we've been allowed to see it, under disobedience. How much more under obedience and righteousness will that act of being fruitful and multiply be restored in righteousness? And we can see it and practice it at the height how the Lord intended on us to practice it in new bodies. Okay, in new bodies, man. Absolutely beautiful, man. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kind. Okay, which are particular animals. Okay, we're gonna have cattle above all, man. And see, this is why we have to get away from Esau, because we can never have this with him being in power, man. That's why David in the Psalm says, because they got to go, okay? Psalms 144:11, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hands are the right hand of falsehood, man. Okay, why did David want them to be taken out of the way? Why did he want to be delivered out of their hands? Okay, these liars, these deceptive demons, these Edomites. Why? That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace, man. Meaning our family line are going to be blessed, man, in order, righteous, beautiful. No play in the field. No child going to college and getting herpes and all of this madness. Okay, our sons and daughters will be in order and beautified, man. We will have a culture. We will have high holy days. We will work in the interest of our nation. And all of the other nations through that process will be able to see a righteous rulership on the planet Earth, man. That our garners may be full according to all manner of store. We're going to be the store. We're going to be the head. We will lend. You see, in this kingdom, we are lended too. In our kingdom, we will do the lending. We will be the top functioning business this planet Earth will ever see. You see, affording all manner of store that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets. Imagine that. That our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in, nor breaking out, nor going out. That there be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such case. Happy is that people whose God is Yahweh. And that's the Israelites. That's the Israelites, man. Okay? So, verse 4 again in Deuteronomy 28. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. Okay? Won't be no Trayvon Martin incidents. Won't be no child growing up and being a complete nigga. The father not around. The mother raising them to be a demon, pants sagging. Our children will be blessed. They will come into an inheritance of everlasting life, man. Cattle above all, your wives will have everything that they need, man. They will never want for anything. They will never be lonely. They will never not feel loved. None of these things will happen amongst our nation, man. Okay? Blessed be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy ground, the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Okay? Let's look up kind. I know it's a particular animal. Yeah, it's a cow. Yeah. We're going to have substance. You see? We're going to have substance, man. A cow. Basically, it's a cow. So we're going to win, man. That's ball. We're going to be balling, man. And the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store, man. We're going to have the bag, man. Okay, on a whole nother level, man. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out, man. Here in America, you curse when you come in and you curse when you go out. Look at Sammy Davis Jr. Look at Marvin Gaye. Look at Red Fox. Look at Richard Pryor. And the rest of our people who thought they were doing something by trying to take a shortcut to glory. Look at them. Look at Eddie Murphy, man. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As the scriptures say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. So we're patiently awaiting the blessing of seeing the fall of our enemies, man. And that's in the Apocrypha. That's a joy unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, that a man seeth the fall of his enemy, man. Let's see. Ecclesiasticus Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart, to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. He said there be 9 things, but the only one I'm going to tell you is I'm going to utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children. Ooh, and we're going to have joy of our children, man. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. You see? And we're going to have that blessing, brothers. And you sisters, we're going to see the fall of our enemy, man. That's a blessing that's coming. The one who put diseases in us, that constantly, raped, robbed, and murdered our nation, lied on us, accused us day and night, put Planned Parenthood, all in our neighborhoods, poisoned our food, tried to stick vaccines in us and our children, bought out rap music to enchant demons on us, paying off our people to sell us out, putting dead, human DNA in the meat and the food that's in our neighborhoods. Amongst other things, falsely imprisoning us, putting drugs in our neighborhood, guns in our neighborhood. That's a true enemy that would do that. That brought Christianity upon you. That hates to see you in a position where you're standing on your own and you're loving yourself and your nation and being at one with your power. They hate that. So they're your enemies. But the Lord is going to give us, okay, he's going to give us the blessing, okay, of seeing the fall of our enemy. And they don't want you to have that mind frame. They don't want you to come into that inheritance, man. They want you to walk around America groping in darkness, man, not knowing your way. Okay, let's read this again. Verse 7, and the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. You see that? We're going to see them lose. And we're watching them lose right now. Things are happening, brothers. Okay, the enemy is on, he's on suicide watch. This truth is destroying these devils, man. They shall come out against thee one way and flee, all right, before these 7 ways. And that's happening, man. And it's going to happen when the Lord really puts that power in us, man. Yahweh shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses. We're going to be the bag. We're going to be the lender. In all that thou settest thine hand unto, all right, different brothers, you and sisters, you have different ambitions, different things that you envision in righteousness. The Lord is going to give us all of these things. We all have talents. Some brothers are in the music, some brothers are in the art, some brothers are painters. The Lord is going to allow you to increase in that, okay, and in your own particular way. You're going to have your own region of the earth. You men, starting with the men, and you women will inherit what the men have, man, because you're going to be blessed through us. That's the blessing of the women of Israel, was through their father and then their husbands. That's what gave you honor. And you're going to be dealing as an Israelite woman with the princes of the power, the sons of God. You see, so we're gonna have a gay old time, as the Jetsons say, or whatever that cartoon is. We're gonna be happy, man. Okay, it says, whatever thou settest thine hand to do, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And when you look at Solomon's kingdom, you get a glimpse of that. You get a glimpse of that. But see, this time we're not going to go off, and this time it will be the whole world that Solomon peace will come through. Yahushai. It will be the whole world, not just particular regions of the earth. The whole world will be under the vibration of righteousness, man. Okay? And the Lord said, he's going to bless us in the land which he giveth us, which is that land that was promised unto Jacob. When you read Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, see, we have to be sovereign. We have to have that land in order for the law to go out. This is, let's see. Yep, Ezekiel 37:25, and they shall see, prophecy cuts everything, man. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever, man. You see that? And what does the prophecy say? That the Messiah will come out of the loins of David. You see? But we're going to dwell in that land. We're going to be sovereign. Let's look up the word sovereignty. Let's look at that word up. Sovereign definition. Let's look that up. Sovereign, it says one possessing or held to possess supreme political power. No other government will rule. One that exercises supreme authority within a limited sphere. See, but it ain't going to be limited. That's of this world that is limited. Even Esau, he has the fatness of the earth, but it's still limited. He's still trying to discover things. Animals are attacking him. Everybody's in debt. And that ain't going to be like that in our kingdom, man. an acknowledged leader. You see that? So we have to be sovereign, which is the purpose of us getting that land. That's where the law will go forth from. When you read in Malachi, the 4th chapter. See, once we get that land and those new bodies, that's it. That's the throne of David. And Yahushua, who was the king of Salem, the king of Jerusalem. You see, a king and a prince, a priest and a king, in which we're going to come under that guidance, man. Malak Tazadak. We're going to be the kings of righteousness under the king of righteousness, man. We're going to be princes, man, of the power all over again in righteousness, but we're going to rule on the earth, man. But Jerusalem will be the land in which we rule out of, but the whole earth will be ours, man. So going back to Deuteronomy 28, it says, the Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses. Nothing will be artificial. There will not be a industry for cigarettes and, harvesting tobacco for wicked, purposes, and smoking and, all of these different wicked artificial things that Esau have created to destroy people, man. It's not going to be a need for it. It says, and all thou settest thy hand to do, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And that's that land going back to what was promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? And we're the remnant of that seed who was promised to come into that inheritance through the first dominion, man. Lord willing, we continue. Somebody got to fulfill that prophecy. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, and he shall, as he have sworn unto thee. This was a promise. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. You see, this was the how we would get unto that glory, by walking in his ways. But unto the second covenant, it's going to be automatic. Okay? And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. See if we can get a precept to this. Wow. That's coming? Absolutely. Jeremiah 33:9. And it shall be to me a name of joy and a praise and an honor before the nations of the earth, which shall hear all the good that I do unto them, the Israelites, and they shall fear and tremble for all the goodness and for all the prosperity I procure unto it. As a matter of fact, here's a scripture right here. I believe it's Isaiah 66. Or what is it? Isaiah 61. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, the natural heathen. See, Israel became Gentiles and no people when we were scattered among them and learned their works. You see, but now through grace, we've been allotted a chance to come back into that inheritance as the sons of God. Okay? And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord hath blessed. Okay? So we're going to receive that blessing. We're going to receive what's written in these blessings in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. We will receive those things, man. Okay? Zechariah 8:13. And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah, and O house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. You see, be strong, man. So, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers, which you are your fathers, paying for their sins, provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord of hosts, and I repented not. So the Lord, he punished us, man. We received of that curse for disobedience. You see, but what's coming? Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that were driven out. The Israelites, his wife. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And at that time I will bring you again. Even at that time I will gather you and make you a name and praise among the people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. Okay, Deuteronomy 10 and 28 and 10. And all people of the earth shall see thee, that thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee. The heathen will not be able to do anything against thee, but they will envy thee. And Yahweh shall make thee plenteous in goods and the fruit of thy body. Said it again. What does that mean? The office of procreation will not be abolished when the kingdom of heaven is established, man. It will only be upgraded. We have not had true sex. We have not had true love. We have not witnessed having children in order. But we will in the kingdom of heaven. Well, why wouldn't the Lord allow us to see these things in their perfection? That's the purpose of the blessing, man. That we will rule the earth in righteousness and be able to be fruitful and multiply as the Lord ordained us to, with no hope, with no doubt, with no, nothing in the back of our head. Everything will just be forward thinking, man. Okay, in the fruit of thy cattle and in the fruit of thy ground and in the land which Yahweh sware unto the fathers, all right, thy fathers to give thee. Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give rain unto thy land. And it's so you're telling me that the Israelites are just gonna witness just the curse, but they're never gonna witness this? And this is what vocab wants you to believe, man. Because the curse is his blessing. He needs to keep you in a state of following after Christianity and being a nigga and a coon, because that's how he gets his power. Of course, Esau doesn't want to see you come into this glory and inheritance. It says, the Lord shall give unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto his land in season. All right. Everything is going to be on point, man. And to bless all the work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. You see that? Brothers be getting loans. You go get a car. What do you have to do? You go to they call up a bank that gives you a loan, and then there's interest on that loan. And the money doesn't even exist that you borrow. It doesn't exist, nor does the interest, but you're paying it. This is a very oppressive and wicked kingdom, man. Okay? We're gonna deal righteously on the planet Earth, and it will not be about. It will you heathen will not even be close to the blessing we have. However, you will be able to see a righteous kingdom ruling on the planet Earth, man, and you will have a standard to live to in righteousness. Okay, so we're not gonna borrow in our kingdom. The Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. See, under this rulership, the chief people became the tail, you see. And thou shalt be above only. We're only going to be above. We're not going to know being below ever again. And thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and do them. You see that? If we would have kept those laws, which we're going to keep those laws under the second covenant, these blessings and many more will come upon us, man. You see, the blessings were only 14 verses, but the curse was 15 through 68. But the blessings say so much in only 14 verses, man. Okay? And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words. Hold up. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods, to serve them. Now, under the new covenant, this will be fulfilled, man. We're not going to go left nor right. We're not going to ever turn away from the word of the Lord. Therefore, all of these blessings will come upon us, man. And see, in these latter days, We've called these things to our mind, okay? Deuteronomy 30:1, and it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and what has now has the blessings come? No, the only the curse has came. But he read the curses unto us. Now in the latter days, we're reading this and we're like, damn. Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations. Because remember, we were scattered among all of the nations for breaking the first agreement. Whither the Lord thy God have driven thee, and thou shalt return unto Yahweh thy God, and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion on thee, and return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God have scattered thee. And one of the things that comes on down the line is that the Lord will put the curses that were upon the Israelites upon the heathen. And the Lord thy God, verse 7, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon all them that hate thee. And this is actually happening right before our eyes, man. Okay? And it's a beautiful thing, man. So I just wanted to go through those blessings, man. You know, we sometimes we focus on the curse, but these blessings are going to be fulfilled, but it's just going to be in upgraded bodies, man. And it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. Shalom.